I'm Margaret McElroy, and I'm the channel for an energy known as Maitreya, but I also have my own opinions and feelings, and so we decided that we would make these videos so that I can put my little bit forward, as well as recording videos for Maitreya as well. One of the things that I found the hardest to do on my path, and I've been with Maitreya now for 31 years, is the subject of detachment. I'm constantly saying to people, detach, detach, detach. But the thing is, it's very hard to do, especially if one is involved with family, close people like friends and people that one has known all of one's life. But the thing is that detachment is one of the most important things that you need to know on this earth plane. Because you see, you have a self and a higher self. The higher self part of you is connected to the world of spirit, if you want to call it that, the next world. But the self is attached to the physical body. And over many, many incarnations, it has been a problem, a big problem actually, with everybody's lives. And of course the self loves drama. It loves the emotions. It loves being in a play and allowing that play to be as strong and emotional as it possibly can. When I think back to my childhood and to my growing up, I was a very emotional child and a very emotional woman. And I didn't know how to detach. People, when I say to them, you need to detach, and they say, but how do I do that? And it isn't easy. It is not easy. But the word detachment really means giving no energy to it. Giving no energy. Not reacting. Not getting involved in the emotions of it. I remember, when I think back, I remember a time when something happened in our family, and my reaction was, oh no, oh no! You know, it was so dramatic, it was so emotional. And of course my moon sign is in the sign of Leo. And the Leo, of course, is very dramatic and love being in the play, love showing off, love dramatizing things. And it took me a long, long time to realize it was wasting energy doing these things. And it wasn't until Maitreya came into my life and started talking to me about giving no energy to it, don't respond, don't react, that I came to the realization of how much energy I was using by being emotional and by being detached, in a sense. And it was very hard, because it's not one of those things that you can just say, okay, tomorrow I'm going to be detached. I'm not going to be giving any energy to anything, because it takes a long time to become detached. It doesn't just happen overnight. And one goes backwards and then one goes forward. As you say, 2 steps back, 1 step forward. It took quite a number of years, probably about 15 years to be perfectly honest, before I finally came to the point where I don't need to be emotional anymore, and I don't need to be involved in the energy of what is taking place. I can pull back. It doesn't mean to say that I don't react. I don't know that it's happening and I'm cold and unfeeling. It's not like that at all. I just switch off. I just switch off from the experience or from the energy. Maitreya introduced me to the words that I use a lot now, and that is You know, don't give it any energy. What a waste of energy. And he told me that when we waste energy by having emotional attachments, by having, you know, by being attached to certain things, that we take energy away from the things that we need. We only have a certain amount of energy every day. And if we waste that energy in drama, in getting upset, in giving energy and responding to the issues that are in the importance, we then, of course, haven't got any energy to manifest. We haven't got any energy to care for people. We haven't got any energy for a lot of things. And then we spend most of our lives saying, I don't have enough energy. I'm so tired all the while. Because you are giving energy all the time. Every time something happens and you react to it, you give energy to it. And that doesn't mean to say you have to be, you know, completely closed off. You don't. You just learn not to react, not to give energy to it, and to just be detached, be separate, outside of your body in a sense. So the next time somebody around you has a big, I call it a hissy fit, but every time anybody around you has a temper tantrum or has an emotional outburst, just tell yourself, I don't want to be involved with this. I want to save the energy for something that I really need. We don't know how much energy we waste every day until we start to see how we do waste energy. And that's what Maitreya did for me. He showed me every day how much energy I wasted. And I'm not cured, I'll tell you that. Every now and again I will have an outburst. Every now and again I will have a hissy fit and I will react. But most of the time I don't react because it's a waste of energy, as Maitreya says. And with the energy that I'm not using, I keep for the times I need it, and I need energy. We don't understand the subject of energy. We really don't. We don't understand how we use it, how we misuse it. And hopefully as, you know, the earth plane changes and becomes more understanding of energy and more believing in energy, we will be able to change the way that we deal things. I know for me, not giving anything any energy has been an absolute godsend, because I've got so much energy now for the things that I need to do. And I certainly feel it if I have an outburst every now and again, and, you know, I feel exhausted. I really feel exhausted. For those of you who have maybe done some crying, you know how tired you are after you've had a crying fit. Well, it's the same with the emotions. The emotions just drain you. And everybody else's, as you become more enlightened, more higher in your consciousness, the more the energy does affect you. And the more it can be a problem for you. If you can learn detachment, then, I'm not kidding you, you will be so much happier. You'll be so much more alive, you'll have more energy. In fact, it's very interesting. As I'm talking to you, a voice from Maitreya is saying, you need to write a book on detachment. So perhaps that's something I need to do, because many of us do not understand the subject or understand how we can change it So I'll give serious consideration to a book on detachment. Every one of you has emotions. I don't care who you are. There are some of you who show those emotions and have the temper tantrums and have the outbursts, and then there are others who literally swallow it down. You don't release it. You don't allow anybody to do anything to help you with that emotion or with what is happening. And actually it's worse for the ones that keep it inside, because it goes deeper and deeper and deeper if you don't deal with it. And at the end of your life, you have a whole load of negative energy, unfinished, unaddressed energy. I was once talking to a woman who had a near-death experience, and she told me that she went out of her body from her heart. She just felt herself go through. And as she went through, she felt all this darkness and all this blackness. She'd actually not been well for many, many, many years. And it was then that Maitreya, because I was doing a healing with her, it was then that Maitreya said to me all that darkness that she saw, because she saw it right from her heart all the way through, right through her crown chakra, which is where she left her body. And he said to me, all that darkness was negative energy that she hadn't dealt with. It was negative energy that had been sitting there sometimes for many, many incarnations that she'd brought with her. And so it was very difficult for me trying to help her, because, you know, she'd had the experience of the dark energy, and she'd had the experience of the near-death experience and so much, but she couldn't understand why she had all this darkness inside of her. But then when you look at illness and healing problems, it's all dark energy. And once you get rid of the dark energy, once you get rid of that kind of thing, you detach from it first of all, and then let it go. Don't put any energy into it. Don't concentrate on it. Don't have fear of it. Just let it be. Detach. And if you do that, you'll find that the issue itself may go away. Of course, you can't get rid of the dark energy because the dark energy is there. It's in the physical body, so it has to be removed in some way. But, you know, detachment, once you start to do it, once you start to let go, especially in families, especially in family issues, you allow yourself to detach and don't give any energy to it. It really starts to heal you in a way. It's going to take a long time of earth time, I honestly believe, before we are a race of people that have no attachment, that have no problems, that don't give energy to anything. It sounds like a dream, but it can be reality. And the more you detach, the more energy that you have for so many things. So learn detachment. It's the finest thing you could learn. Don't feed any problems or issues. Don't worry about things. Don't fear anything. Because what you fear, you will draw into your energy. And just know that by detaching, you can become a better person. Other people may not like you because you have to detach, but that's their problem. It's not yours. We allow ourselves to attach to so many things that are not our problem. So, I hope that you will think about detachment. I hope that you will try and detach. And remember, it takes a long time. It's not going to happen overnight, but it will happen if you let it. I'm Margaret McElroy, and thank you for being here and listening to me.